Welcome back to lab 09 exercise 2. Here is lab scenario, and so far we are done with exercise 1, and in this video we'll work on exercise 2. Okay, so let's go to the instruction page. Exercise 2, it says implement a workflow using logic apps. Okay, so for that, task 1 is to create a trigger for the workflow. So we need to go to our resource group called automated workflow, and from there we need to go and open our logic app prod flow. Okay, and then from the logic app designer blade we need to select the blank logic app template. In the designer area we need to add an HTTP trigger. Okay, so I think let's go and complete task step 1 to 4 first. So here we are, let me close. Here is our prod flow function app. Okay, here we are, and here is logic app designer. So we need to create a trigger. So let's go and select blank logic app. So here we need to search for HTTP. Okay, and now we need to select built-in when this one when HTTP request is received request. Now here in the add parameter select method. Okay, and here we'll choose as get. Okay, let's go back. That's it. So I'll click on save. So our logic app is saved. Okay, now let's go back. So here we are done with task 1. Now task 2, it says create an action to query Azure storage file shares. Okay, now so in the designer area select new step. Okay, and then perform the following actions to add a list or files like Azure file storage action. So in the search connectors and triggers field, enter files. Okay, let me just first go and add a new step. Now here we need to search for files. Okay, it says files, and then in the category list select Azure file storage. In the action result list select list files. So Azure file storage, which is this one, and from here we need to select list files, which is here. Okay, now here we need to give the connection name. Connection name we need to enter file connection, and storage account go and select prod storage and then your storage account. Okay, so connection name this one, and storage account we need to select this one. Click on create. Okay, now what is next? Now in the list files area in the folder text box enter slash metadata. Okay, which is our file share. Okay, that's it. Let me click on save. Okay, so here we are done with the task 2 as well. Task 3, it says create an action to project list item properties. Okay, now in the designer we need to go and add one more step, and then we need to select data operation. So for that we need to go and search, select, and in the category list select data operations. Okay, so what I will do is I'll add a new step here. Let's just go select. So from here we need to select data operations, which is here, and then we need to select on select data operations. Okay, so here we need to add from and map. Okay, let's go back. Now in the from field in the dynamic content list within the list files category select value, and map switch to text mode. Okay, here we need to select value, and from here we need to switch map to the text mode. Here map is required, so we need to pass something here. From here we'll just go and select name. Okay, perfect. Click on save. Our app is saved now. Okay, now what is next? So here we are done with task 3 as well. Task 4, it says build an HTTP response action. So again we need to go and create a new step in our logic app, and this time we need to look for response. Okay, so I'll go and add a new step, search for response. So if you see here response we have here, let me just go and verify once. In the actions result list, select response. Okay, so I'll select this one. Now here we need to enter status code, which is already there, headers and body. Okay, so it says that in the response area status code enter 200, which is already there for us. In the body, in the dynamic content list, select category and select output. Okay, so here, so from here we need to select output and save our logic app. Click on save. Okay, so here we are done. So here we are done with exercise 2. So in this exercise you built a basic workflow that starts when it's triggered by an HTTP GET request, and it then queries a storage service, enumerates the results, and then returns those results as an HTTP response. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.